everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's game, we've got two corners who hope they can have an opportunity to shine on defense. It's the Redskins going up against the Seahawks. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Larry, overcast skies, but knock on wood, no rain on the radar to speak of right now as we welcome you to CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Washington Redskins. And a welcome in, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, so much gets made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Well, I'll tell you, Russell Wilson should be feeling really good as he brings out the Seattle Seahawks coming off that three-point win over the Texans, where Wilson, Charles, threw for 452 yards. First time in his career he's been over 400.
Do you think at this stage, that term that I absolutely despise because I think we use it wrong, game manager?
I knew you were going to say game manager.
Game manager? That can go out the window for Russell
Wilson. Throw that away now.
Because they're not running the football at all. He's getting no support that way. In fact, out of the 33 yards they had on the ground against Houston, Russell Wilson had 30 of them himself. So he's running around, making plays, staying calm, cool, and collected. The poise is off the charts. And then the last big drive to win the game.
And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. You see the offense for Seattle. They have an addition, by the way, coming into this lineup, and that's Dwayne Brown from the Texans.
That's a big addition, too, Brandon, because you're talking about an all-pro, Pro Bowl left tackle that is eager to be with a winning team. Although in Houston, he was winning division titles, but this one, he's thinking about Super Bowl. So he comes there. He will help solidify that offensive line that needs it, because the identity of Seattle has always been to run the football. They haven't been able to do that at all this year. Can they get the running game kickstarted with Dwayne Brown? He thinks so.
Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on third and a tough 9. And now a look at the Washington defense.
Ryan Kerrigan's motor runs really high. There's no dispute about that. But what gets underplayed is his skill level. He knows how to set up offensive linemen in order to get to the quarterback. And once he gets there, he's able to knock the ball away consistently. Actually set a record while he was at Purdue for forced fumbles. Does the same exact thing in the NFL.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And he is knocked down and then landed on pretty awkwardly at the 38-yard line. A Seahawk first down. Wilson to his big target, Graham.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
So the offense lining up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And his throw is incomplete. And on 2nd and 10 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
On 3rd down, Wilson got his man complete over the middle. That's Richardson. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And Kirk Cousins now leads out the Washington Redskins. Last week in the loss to Dallas, Kirk finished with 263 yards passing, a touchdown and an interception, but with a loss. Gosh, Kirk and gang, they're 3-4 now. In that division, they're looking up at a 7-1 Philadelphia squad.
And not only that, Philadelphia swept them in their season series. So you're talking about an additional game on the tiebreaker based on that. But Kirk Cousins, I love his moxie. Hung in there in this game, considering 3/5 of his starting offensive line didn't play in the game. By the time it was over, I think he was introducing himself to other guys who were trying to block for him. So that makes things very difficult, but he was still in there pitching.
This is the first carry for Rob Kelly. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Offensive starters time, Charles, for the Washington Redskins.
Let's look at Josh Dotson, the wide receiver out of TCU. Grew up in Fort Worth. His mom works at the university as a vice president. He actually went to Wyoming first, transferred back to TCU, and boy, is he a high flyer. Throw it up in the air, he'll go up and get it.
7 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll keep it in the hands of Kelly. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Kelly. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Now the 4th-year man from Oklahoma, Tress Way, on to punt. Back deep for the Seahawks, the All-Pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. The drive begins with a run by Rawls. And he'll take this one only up to about the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
On second down, here's Wilson. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Here's John Ryan now, standing just outside his own goal line. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Well, the drive starts with Rob Kelly. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. Defensive starters here on your screen for Seattle. And the Legion of Boom in this game, Charles, against, referencing back to the game against Houston, they were torched early, but they came up big when it mattered.
They kept their poise, didn't they? They kept their wits about them, but you're right. They got torched throughout the entire game. But they did make enough winning plays to give themselves an opportunity. Earl Thomas, a pick 6. Richard Sherman, his first 2 interceptions of the season, including the one that sealed the game. And this Legion of Boom now, Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor, they're getting a lot of help from a rookie out of UCF named Shaquille Griffin. He's now the 4th member.
They'll go again with Kelly. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Again, this is Kelly. Kelly stripped. The ball is free, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Wilson to throw again. Going to Rawls on the dump off. He got 29 yards that time. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. On second down, Rawls. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
They go play action here on 1st down. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
They'll start on the ground with Kelly, and he'll get this one up to the 26. A gain of 3, second down. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team could have any more confidence in handing him the football.
And they're just a couple of yards shy of a first down here on third down. They'll hand it off to Kelly. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
But we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit. But how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations. And we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Running right with Kelly. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it. And that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
On the ground, it's Thompson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, you know, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now a second down throw for Cousins to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. Here's Tressway now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They start on the ground with Rolls. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
It's not always as straight as that team wanted it more than the other, but on that play, it actually was true. They were faster to the ball.
And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. Here's Wilson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Play action. Now Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. And before they can get settled in here, time expires on the first quarter of action. 7-0 is our score. We'll be back to Seattle right after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Now a toss. This is Rawls. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On second down, Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Wilson to lock it there for the Seahawk first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. First down, this is Rawls. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage is coming through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Incomplete. He was looking for Thomas Rawls there. And it's 2nd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Wilson now. Going to throw again. It's caught outright by Graham. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
Back to the ground attack. It's Rawls. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back at the 18-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Lacey. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. C.J. Procise from 13 yards out. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Extra point try now for Walsh. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it there to Vernon Davis, the tight end. And that'll bring up second down. Well, we got a little second here, so I want to give some Week 8 kicker love. There were a lot of field goals made in the NFL this past week. I think we had 6 guys that made 4 or more.
Well, let's call them out, and we'll start with your friend from Georgia Tech.
Harrison Butker, yeah, he was 5 of 5.
Yeah, Matt Prater, 5 for 5. Kai Forbath, 4 of 4. Mike Nugent missed one, but he was still 4 for 5. Matt Bryant, 4 for 4. And Stephen Gostkowski, oh, he was the worst out of all of them, 4 for 6.
Yeah, I just wanted to give him a shout-out because, hey, sometimes we forget how important these kickers are in these games.
Exactly. As a colleague of ours, Rich Eisen, is fond of saying, kickers are people too. In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. Jordan Reed has it. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Tries the right side. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Play fake. Cousins. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call.
False start, offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Still first down.
First and 15 here behind the chains. Cousins setting up the screen to Kelly. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a solid pickup of 11, and it's 2nd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
They run with it. It's Kelly. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. The Redskins on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Thompson looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
False start, offense.
So that one will be accepted.
Still 2nd down.
Kelly, and he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And this offense on third down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. From the gun, here's Cousins. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Michael Bannon in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
So now on 4th down, Jay Gruden will call on his field goal unit. And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. And we move our focus to Thomas Rawls. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Bart, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
They go again with Rawls. And he is leveled. Knocked down hard. Right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches.
Let's give plenty of credit to the defense there. They stuffed them on second and short. But if you're the offense, why would you change what you're doing? You've got a whole nother down to pick it up, and maybe even a fourth if you so choose.
Wilson now to throw on third down. And able to find Graham, complete. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Wilson going to give to Rawls. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now Wilson on second down. That's complete. It's Rawls. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The Seahawks on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8. Back now. As I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Well read.
Oh, thank you. The Seahawks on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Jimmy Graham. 46 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Walsh now for the PAT. And it's 21-3. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Second down, Cousins. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Offense needs 11. Have to think pass here on third down. They run it here with Thompson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now it's Lockett. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership, by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Drops it underneath for Rawls. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On second down, here's Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
On first down, Wilson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. And with that incompletion, want to get your thoughts on the game of the week from Week 8. I think it had to be Seahawks-Texans, was it not?
I don't see how any other game could equal that. Talk about ebb and flow, back and forth, and an amazing quarterback duel with Deshaun Watson, the rookie from Houston, and, of course, Russell Wilson with Seattle. Wilson's Seahawks won the game, but Richard Sherman, what he said about Deshaun Watson after the game, I thought that spoke volumes. He said that Watson played the best game any quarterback has played against us.
Both quarterbacks over 400 yards, both of them 4 touchdowns.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On third down, Wilson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Illegal forward pass, offense.
So they decline it as that will bring up fourth.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it fourth down.
Here's John Ryan now as he's on to punt for Seattle. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And now we look at Josh Doxson. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. This is Kelly. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Now a handoff looking right. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Seahawks are happy to be sitting in the locker room with a lead. The Redskins just want to come out after the half and claw their way back into the game. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. Now first and 10, there's going to be a fumble here. He takes off and ends up picking up 6 yards before being tackled. Following the fourth fumble, Wilson's going to find his mark, and this 4-play drive goes for a touchdown. That takes the lead up to 7. Third down. 13. Prosci's by himself here, and it ends up working for a touchdown as they move out in front, 14-0. Seahawks line up at the 46. Graham's by himself here, and he's gone as he sprints into the end zone. Seahawks go up by 18.
Okay, Larry, a fairly one-sided first half as we get set to go in the second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Out to the left, it's complete to Dodson. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. The pass complete to Ryan Graham. And, a good hit there and knocked down hard right around the 26. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Here's Tressway now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And tough starting field position here. They'll try to get the running game going with Rawls. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. stay on the ground. Rolls again. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball, and then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure that just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Wilson turns and gives to Procise. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down, seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to a 1st down.
Here's John Ryan now. He's been terrific so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now it's Crowder. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now they try the right side here. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Cousins now on 2nd down. He's going to air one out. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
2nd down following the run. Wilson, a give to Rolls. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. Well, he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. The Seahawks on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They run with a power back. Rawls. Oh, he shifts past him. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
The busy afternoon continues for Rawls. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take this one down to the 20-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Just 2 yards to go here on 2nd down for the offense. They give it to Rawls. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So it'll be 1st down here after the run. On the ground, Rawls. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Thomas Rawls punching it in from a yard away. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Second effort there. He was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
Extra point try now for Walsh. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's Thomas Rawls who finishes it off with a touchdown run. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Cousins to throw it. And Reed with it over the middle. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Cousins to his big target. Reed and the Redskins have a first down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Throwing, Cousins. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down. 18 yards the gain for number 18. First down. Here's Cousins. Throw left side complete. It's Keller. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Cousins. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman, the 20. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Walsh now for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Seahawks defense working their way back out onto the field. And, you know, as this defensive unit enters, still plenty of heavy hearts here in Seattle for a former member of this crew as they lost one of their former players back in May, Hall of Fame defensive lineman Cortez Kennedy.
The number 3 pick coming out of the University of Miami in 1990, became an 8-time Pro Bowler, all 11 years as a Seahawk, and he was the NFL Defensive Player of the Year in 1992, despite the team having very little team success.
Back to it after the pick six. Cousin. And Davis with it left side. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
How about the timing on that one, where they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Play fake. Cousins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Grant. That one goes for 24 yards. Give left side, Kelly. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
Now Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Jaron Reed breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Cam Chancellor, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. Thomas Rawls getting ready to go here on offense. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Now Wilson back into his end zone. And he'll go down in the end zone. Down goes Wilson. It's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. This is taken at the 10. Kelly running left. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
And how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4. From the gun, here's Cousins. And this will be a dump off for Kelly. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall at the 36. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Cousins on first down. Crowder's got it over the middle. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Cousins again. It's hauled in by Doxson. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Fresh set of downs here. They'll throw again. Cousins. And he fends him off. And he's going to be out of bounds down to the 25. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so.
False start, offense.
To the air again, it's Cousins. And the connection made to Terrell Pryor. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Second down now after the pass completion. Cousins now. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Cousins to his tight end Davis. Good for a Washington first. Red zone opportunity.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so.
False start, offense.
They'll run with Thompson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Again, a run with Thompson. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. The Redskins on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so.
False start, offense.
The Redskins on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 14. Throwing is Cousins. And that is caught by the tight end Reed. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. Oh, such great concentration. They're going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There are so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
The drive begins with a run by Rawls. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. And when you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
On second down, Rawls. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Now it's Wilson, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's John Ryan now, as he's on to punt for Seattle. Crowder now to return. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. A first down throw for Cousins. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. To throw, Cousins toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Ryan Grant, the intended target, and that'll make it third down.
They always say the real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing, timing, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there, threw it behind him. The Redskins on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Cousins. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. A give. This is Kelly. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
It's 4th and 2, and you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, so you have to be definite about your decision about where to go.
They'll keep it in the hands of Kelly. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got some space here. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Caught right side, Davis. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Cousins. On the catch, it's Crowder. And some big-time hitting going on there. He is knocked to the ground. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first. Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so.
False start, offense.
Cousins. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Frank Clark in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Now a second down throw for Cousins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down. Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so.
False start, offense.
A nickel look by Seattle on third down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So it's Redskins here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And this one is right through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But, hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Oh, and I think the Redskins got it. Yes, they did. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are two very tough things to do.
It takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win.
Unable to recover it, it costs them. The kicking team gets the football here. Cousins now to throw on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call tippy toes if that one was completed.
So 2nd and 10 here. Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so.
False start, offense.
Second down, Cousins. The pass complete to Ryan Grant. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
It's 3rd down, 6 yards to go for the offense. To throw it is Cousins. Able to shake him off. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Shaquille Griffin, the rookie from Central Florida. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. They'll hand to Rawls. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. give. Going left is Rawls. And, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. Near the 42.
Now, that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth-quarter stop? On third down, Wilson. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete. Here's John Ryan now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken around the 12. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game. One last shot now for Cousins. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.